Hi, I'm Chef Samantha Gasparo here at Raymond Elementary School in the Windham-Raymond School District in southern Maine. We are here today to talk about oven roasting individually quick frozen diced mushrooms. This is a great and convenient and versatile product that can be used in any school nutrition program, menu item, or dish. They're a great product to use in school nutrition service for any menu items or recipes you may have. They're a small diced mushroom that offer a versatile way to include mushrooms into main dish items for added flavor and body to any recipe. So what we're going to talk about today is roasting mushrooms, and we're going to talk about the benefits in roasting and how the caramelization that occurs when you roast something really brings out the natural flavor in the product. So that's a great way to utilize the mushrooms in your recipes. Now I'm going to show you the oven roasting technique and how to successfully do that with your IQF mushrooms. What we're going to do first is grab our parchment-lined sheet pan paper that is all ready to go and a container we can use to scoop out the mushrooms. It's easy and convenient because it comes right from the freezer to your sheet pan. You only want to take out what you need for the process, and then you can put this container back into the freezer. So you have your container with your measurements on it that you can use, and you scoop, and then we lay on a sheet pan. So when you're roasting, you want an even layer of product, vegetables, whatever it may be, mushrooms in this case, on your sheet pan. You want a nice even layer. You don't want them too packed. So you want to just spread them out nice and even. Do one more scoop of these would be sufficient for this sheet pan. When using the mushrooms, once you have the product out on the sheet pan that you're going to use for the day or the recipe, it's important to close the mushrooms back up, seal them tightly, and put them back in the freezer and label and date them. Once we have the product on the sheet pan, we need to distribute it evenly onto the sheet pan so we can get a nice even roasting, because when you roast, it really caramelizes the flavors on the outside of the vegetable while locking in that moisture in the hot oven. So we need to spread this out in a nice even layer. So with clean hands, we're going to spread these out. You might notice with these mushrooms that there can be clumping that occurs in the freezing process, which is normal, nothing to worry about. But what you want to do is just lightly break them apart with your hands. And ones that are tougher and won't break apart, they will fall apart in the oven and you will have a chance to toss it around once it's in the oven. These roast very well on their own because of the high water content. So normally in the roasting process you would add a little bit of fat, an olive oil, a blended oil to the vegetable or the mushroom in order to help protect it in the high heat of the oven. But you don't have to do that with these mushrooms because they're coming right from the freezer and they have that water that's sort of acting as a barrier. So they roast very nicely without any of that added fat, which is a bonus to school nutrition programs. Now we're going to take these mushrooms that we've placed in a single layer on a parchment-lined sheet pan and we're going to roast them. We're going to place them in the oven that was heated to 400 degrees. 400 to 425 degrees is the optimal temperature for roasting, depending on how hot your oven may run on a day-to-day basis. So we'll place these right in the oven. Close the oven, and then we will roast those for 15 minutes. At 15 minutes, you want to take them out and toss them, and then put them back in the oven for 5 more minutes. These have been roasting for 20 minutes and now the mushrooms are ready to come out of the oven. I'm going to pull the mushrooms out and put them on a heat-friendly surface. The natural caramelization of the roasted vegetable is great because it adds a lot of flavor to your dish without adding extra sodium or fat to the dish. So now here we have our tray of nice caramelized and roasted mushrooms that can be added to many different recipes and components to a school nutrition menu. You can take these mushrooms and you can use them on your baked potato. A great menu idea is a baked potato bar, giving kids the ability to top their own baked potato. You can also stir them right into an Asian rice dish. It makes the rice more exciting, you get more flavor profiles, and you also get better color for your rice instead of just plain rice. Also here we have a fan favorite, which is school-made pizza. It's a great way to upgrade the pizza, giving it more color and flavor for the school lunch pizza. Mushrooms credit as an other vegetable in accordance with the USDA meal pattern for school nutrition programs. A quarter cup of mushrooms is equal to a quarter cup other vegetable. You must use the minimum of 1/8 cup of mushrooms to credit as an other vegetable. For dozens of recipes specifically designed for school nutrition menus, visit mushroomsinschools.com.